Elliot. You just had to drop that bomb on us, didn't you? Today, we are talking yet again about the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Vegas Golden Knights. Because yesterday, it was a really big story percolating throughout day 2 of the draft, that in which we didn't actually make any videos about because I was too focused talking about the gosh darn draft picks themselves. But it was a really big story that had popped up yesterday regarding Vegas and Toronto. The idea of a sign and trade was being reported by Elliotte Friedman, where the Maple Leafs would receive Nick Waugh or maybe an Alex Pietrangelo, something like that, and Vegas would be able to get Marner on a contract earlier than July 1st. But that was just a rumor. It was tossed out there as a report. Nobody was confirming that it was close. Even Friedman said that this was not a done deal, but there was still that idea. And I skipped out on making a video because I was like, okay, well, it's not happening yet. We're still here, just waiting around, looking for other draft picks to be made so we can talk about those. So I passed on it at the time. Well, now it's been 24 hours since the start of day 2 of the 2025 NHL Draft, and we are here talking about the latest. Because on this morning's 32 Thoughts podcast, Elliotte Friedman dropped a bomb that could be the ultimate bargaining chip for the Toronto Maple Leafs in this entire Marner, Vegas sign and trade situation. One Twitter thread posted by Joseph goes out there and highlights it, but there have been a bunch of others, and a lot of people have been talking about this clip. There's been some talk that if Marner goes to Vegas, as in Marner signs with the Vegas Golden Knights in free agency, leaving Toronto, the Maple Leafs will go after Vegas for tampering. Again, I have no proof that Vegas is guilty of anything, but it's a time around the league where teams are extremely sensitive about it, and as a couple of GMs told me on Saturday, they think the NHL is itching to try and make an example out of someone. Once again, I'm going to stress, I don't have any proof that Vegas is guilty of anything, but if they make a deal with Toronto and send a good player to Toronto, I'm betting any chance the Maple Leafs file for tampering goes away. Now, Friedman is very articulate. He says, I'm not reporting this as fact, not saying anything is guaranteed. He says he's just a guy in the concords of the Peacock Theater, which I thought was a really eloquent sentence. It was kind of a romantic way to put it, but all phantom jokes aside, now that this is out there, and now that it's been said by Friedge that the NHL is itching to make an example out of someone, all the league needs to do is just get that first domino. Once it falls, and then once they have the right to get into an investigation, if they just decide, hey, we're going to hit you with the book, we are going to go and do everything we can to bring down at least someone step up, try to do something, and then we'll make an example out of you. That is a situation that I think is going to be super fun to dive into. And I'm not just saying that as a Vancouver Canucks fan who wants to see Vegas finally experience some tribulations in this National Hockey League. The Vegas Golden Knights have been constant win after win after win after win, and I'm jealous. Yeah, I'm not gonna shy away from that. I wish my gosh darn hockey team was as good as Vegas, and that they'd be able to circumvent the cap as good as Vegas, and they'd be able to make the playoffs so easily like Vegas, and always get the top players like Vegas, and have no state tax like Vegas. Goodness forbid my team plays in Vancouver and is under this ownership, but that has always been one of the bubbling things that I think a lot of Canucks fans and maybe other NHL fans have felt. Hey, this gosh darn Vegas team has been in the league for only like 8 years now. They've been so successful. Give them an L once in a while. And the NHL, if they were to go down this tampering route and actually find a way to make it legit, there are some very interesting repercussions that could be in place should it go through in that way. Take a look at what Sportsnet put on their television programming. Here's a reminder of potential penalties for tampering as a report from Friedman comes out on the Leafs possibly filing for tampering against Vegas if Vegas signs Marner on July 1st. Friedman said that the GMs think that the NHL is itching to make an example out of someone. Potential tampering penalties. Teams can get up to a $5 million fine, a termination of any contracts that are signed, forfeiture of draft picks, and awarding draft picks or cash to the offended club. Individuals, they could have an up to $1 million in a fine, or they could be suspended or expelled. Expelled, excuse me, my goodness. Now, I'm just going to say this. I don't think Mitch Marner is going to be expelled from the National Hockey League. Could he get suspended? I don't know. What's the repercussion or the timeline on that? If Marner gets accused and confirmed for tampering, then would he get like a 1-game suspension or a 2-game suspension, a 1-month suspension? If the Vegas Golden Knights get a $5 million fine on top of the whatever dollar amount AAV contract they signed Mitch Marner to, then I think that's actually a pretty good deal. Get this team into the red. Termination of any contracts, that would be deadly. Like, if they're not capable of signing any contracts because the NHL's like, oh, nope, you can't do that, you're not allowed, we're not going to allow you to sign that contract, then I'd be interested in seeing what kind of players the Vegas Golden Knights could lose out on. Although, to be honest, I don't really know if there's anything that bad that happened here, mostly because, like, okay, Marner's rumored to be going to Vegas house shopping. Okay, that's like, technically, you can say if he's already thinking that he's going to go over to Vegas, why wouldn't he do that, kinda, right? But at the same time, I'm kind of thinking, like, you know how many contracts are signed right on the bell on July 1st? Like, would none of those other situations be tampering too? I mean, I guess if it's like some fourth-line bum that gets a contract right away, maybe that's not really worth the NHL team's time to go after and proclaim tampering. Maybe if you're a middle six player that's not Mitch Marner caliber, you don't think about going after that guy in his new situation either. Like, I don't know, I just don't think that there's that capacity for NHL teams like, oh, our top 6 50-point guy signed a contract right away on July 1st. Tampering, he probably was talking to them yesterday. But if it's like Mitch Marner level guy, this would be the biggest, most amazing player to hit the free agent market since, what, Artemi Panarin? Johnny T? Is Marner better than those guys? Okay, yeah, he's better than those guys. So, I don't know, really. It's been a while. A long freaking time since a player of this caliber has been available on the free agent market. Maybe it was Panarin, I don't know. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this tampering situation that the Vegas Golden Knights could be finding themselves into. This could be the ultimate bargaining chip for Toronto. Hey, make this trade with us, do this sign and trade with us, get Nick Waz behind over to Toronto, and we will drop this tampering thing. If not, you sign Marner July 1st, you wait to free agency to get it done, we're gonna be on y'all, and the NHL will be too. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.